What up guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to contour, especially if you're a beginner and you've never done it before. So if you'd like to learn how to do that, contour your face, really cut those cheekbones out, keep on watching. So I'm starting in with a concealer, a light concealer. This is my current favorite. It's the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer. And I'm just going to make 2 triangles under my eyes. And then I'm also going to take this concealer and I'm going to highlight where the light would naturally hit my face. So that's going to be right in the middle of my forehead, down my nose, and on my chin a little bit. I'm going to take a beauty sponge and I'm going to blend it all out into my foundation. I'm next going to take an illuminating setting powder and just place that all over my face just to keep my base in place before I move on to the contour. Now we're going to move on to contour and highlighting, the main thing that we're trying to do here in this video. I personally love using powder, highlight, and contour. I think it's a lot easier to work with, especially if you're a beginner and you've never tried contouring or highlighting your face. A lot of times the liquid contouring products can be kind of hard to work with. So powder contour products can be really forgiving, especially if you add on a little bit at a time. You can really work it up and build it up and get the result you want. If you're just starting out contouring and you've never really done it before and you're kind of nervous, I recommend using a bigger brush, so something like this, a big fluffy brush, just to go in the hollows of your cheeks. It's really kind of hard to mess up with something like this because it's so big. Or I'm going to go ahead and with this slightly smaller brush. Again, you don't have to do that. You can do the same techniques with a larger brush. So I'm going to be using Kat Von D's Shade and Light contour palette. So as we open it up, this is very typical of what most contour and highlight palettes look like. A wide variety, wide range of shades for you to choose from. So as you can see, this middle one is my favorite thing, or favorite color to use for contour. So alright, so we're gonna get started. The first step to doing contouring your face, I like to start contouring the cheekbones. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to start right above where the top of your ear is, and you're going to go about halfway down the face. You don't want to go all the way down to the mouth because then it kind of looks like you've got a weird 5 o'clock shadow going on. I don't really recommend it. If that's something that works for you though, keep doing that. If that's, that's how you feel beautiful doing your makeup, definitely keep doing that. But me personally, I like to kind of go halfway down my face. And I'm just going to start with a very small amount of product on my brush, and that way we can work it up, and you can always add more, you can't necessarily take away. So we're just going to go ahead and get in that middle one, really coat the brush and tap off a bunch of that product, and then as I said, start really lightly up by your ear and kind of bring it down. And another thing, a little tip that's kind of makes it a little bit easier to apply your contour is if you make this face like kind of like this, it kind of makes the side of your face flat, so it's a lot easier to try to make that straight line and cut out the cheekbone. So I'm just going to keep applying this product lightly at a time until I have the color that I want. Alright, so that looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of my face. Another tip that I want to throw right at you guys is when you're blending, try blending the product up. Don't necessarily blend it down. If, for example, when I say blend it down, I mean bring the brush down here. If you do that, it kind of makes your contour look muddy, and instead of having you know, the nice contoured cheekbones, you kind of just have a dark splotch on your face. So yeah, try to blend your product up, and that will hopefully help you out. Alright, now that I've got both sides of my face at a color that I kind of like, you can either go ahead and go in with a deeper shade, such as this one. If this is not your first time contouring and you want to try to add more dimension to your face, adding a slightly deeper shade right up towards the ear will give your face even more definition. If this is your first time contouring and you don't really feel comfortable doing that, that is okay. By all means, I usually keep my face like this. I only usually add the darker color if I'm going to a fancy event or something and want to really have a dramatic look. But if you just want more of a natural contour to your face, I would recommend just sticking with this one color. So next we're going to go ahead and contour the forehead and the temple area. For this part of my contour, I usually like to go in with a bigger fluffy brush just because it's such a large area to cover, and this also blends out really well, and usually up here on these parts of my face I don't necessarily like to have you know, a sharp contour. So I usually just start kind of where the arch of my eyebrow is, like right in this area, and just bring it up a little bit toward, I guess, where my eyebrow begins, that part of the forehead. Sorry, it's really hard to explain. It's probably a lot easier if you just observe what I'm doing. Alright, so as you can see, that step definitely warmed up the face even more. You have more definition now in your forehead. It's, of course, all of these steps are optional. You don't have to do everything that I'm suggesting, but I really just like how it warms up my hairline right here and kind of makes my face look a little bit more round, in my opinion. So next I like to go in and contour the sides of my nose. For this step I like to use a denser round brush, and again use kind of the same techniques that I have been using. I like to start on the inner corner of my eye and bring it down to where my nostril starts. So next I'm going to go ahead and go in and contour the creases of my eyes. So for this step, I kind of like to connect the contour that I created on my nose and kind of bring it into the inner crease of my eye. Alright, now that that step is finished, the final part to the contour is carving out the neck. Or carving out the jawline. And this is it for contour. Next we're going to go ahead in with the lighter shades and kind of highlight the areas of my face where the natural light would hit. Going back to where we put the concealer is exactly where we're going to put the powder highlight. So I'm going to go in with this middle banana shade right here. So I'm first going to go ahead and highlight my under eyes. Next, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my chin. And there you have it. Here is the final look with all the contour and highlight products applied to my face. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun for me to create and kind of share the way that I do my contour and highlight. Of course, this isn't necessarily the correct way. If you have a way that works for you, stick to that way. But hopefully this video can give you some tips and tricks, or at least start you off figuring out how to highlight and contour your face. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not already subscribed, be sure to do so.